It's fight week, and while the cage sits quiet, the real drama is happening far away from it. A legend is calling out a legend. A new champion just sent a message that nobody saw coming. And somewhere out there, a single photograph just surfaced that has the whole mixed martial arts world staring at their screens in shock. Stick around, because by the end of this, you're going to understand exactly why these three stories are colliding at the same time, and why none of them are finished yet. Let's start with two men who have hated each other for over a decade: Daniel Cormier and Jon Jones. If you've followed the sport for any length of time, you already know their names carry weight. These two didn't just fight twice inside the octagon. They built one of the deepest, nastiest rivalries the sport has ever produced. And even now, years after they've both walked away from active competition, that rivalry refuses to die. Picture this: a television studio, cameras rolling, a room full of young fighters watching two legends coach against each other on a reality show. This isn't UFC. It's a Russian program called ALF, but the feeling in that room is exactly the same electricity you get inside a real octagon. Cormier and Jones are standing across from each other, and it doesn't take long before the old wounds start bleeding again. Cormier brings up their second fight, the one where Jones knocked him out, the one that got overturned into a no contest because Jones failed a drug test for a banned steroid. Cormier looks him dead in the eye and says it plainly. He calls Jones lucky. He says a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then. It's a dig, and everybody in that room knows exactly what he means. But Jones doesn't back down. Instead, he throws something back that catches everyone off guard. He says a lot of men in that very room have used steroids too, but steroids don't give you the ability to predict a head kick a full year before you throw it. Think about that for a second. He's not exactly denying anything. He's arguing that whatever happened with the drug test, his skill was still real, his instincts were still real, and no substance in the world can make a fighter that precise. For Cormier, that's the moment everything clicks into place. He walks away from that exchange believing Jones basically admitted it, right there in front of everyone. He tells the room he finally got what he needed. And in his mind, that's a win, even bigger than anything that happened years ago inside the cage. Now here's where the story takes a turn nobody expected. Weeks later, talk starts swirling about something completely different. A wrestling match. Not boxing, not MMA, an actual wrestling showdown between these two legends decades after their last real fight. And apparently it almost happened. According to Cormier, an organization stepped up and offered both men 7 figures each for a 6-minute wrestling match. 7 figures. For 6 minutes. That's the kind of money that makes retired legends sit up and pay attention. Cormier says he was ready. He says he went through actual negotiations. He even laid out exactly how he thought the match would go, telling anyone who would listen that it would end 10-0 in his favor, a total domination on the mat. But then, according to Cormier, Jones hesitated. Cormier claims Jones didn't want a straightforward wrestling match where whoever scores the most takes the win. Instead, Jones wanted it to be submission only. No points. No scoring system. Just pure grappling until somebody taps. Cormier saw right through it. He believed Jones knew exactly what would happen if it came down to pure wrestling positioning, so he tried to shift the rules to something he felt more comfortable with. Cormier didn't hold back his frustration. He told his audience, flat out, that Jones won't compete with him in anything where there's a real chance he could lose. He said to just give up on the idea completely because, in his words, Jones is not going to do it. And so, for now, one of the most anticipated potential rematches in combat sports history sits frozen, stuck in limbo, with both men publicly trading jabs about who's really afraid of who. Now let's shift away from these two legends and step into a completely different chapter of the sport, one that's still fresh, still raw, and honestly still healing. Not long ago, the entire combat sports world watched something happen that nobody predicted. Ilia Topuria, a fighter who had never tasted defeat, a fighter who talked a big game and backed it up every single time, stepped into a massive stage to defend his lightweight title against a battle-tested veteran named Justin Gaethje. The location alone made it historic. This wasn't a normal arena. It was outdoors on a lawn, in front of the kind of spotlight most fighters never experience in their entire careers. Topuria came in supremely confident. He'd said publicly that he expected to finish Gaethje inside 2 rounds. And for a moment, it looked like he might actually do exactly that. He dropped Gaethje with vicious body shots. He hunted for a submission. He looked sharp, fast, and dangerous, everything people expected from him. But Gaethje is not the kind of fighter who breaks easily. He's built his entire career on absorbing punishment and finding a way to fight through it. As the rounds wore on, something shifted. Gaethje found his rhythm. He started landing with more precision. Round after round, he chipped away, and by the time the fight reached its later stages, Topuria's face told the entire story. Both of his eyes were swelling shut. His nose was broken. The damage had become so severe that his own corner made the call. They stopped the fight before it could go any further, protecting their fighter from taking more punishment than his body could handle. Topuria left that fight and went straight to the hospital. For a champion who had never lost, who had built an aura of invincibility around himself, this was a gut punch unlike anything he'd ever experienced. In the aftermath, something interesting happened. Instead of bitterness, Topuria responded with grace. He posted a message congratulating Gaethje, admitting that his opponent had done exactly what he promised he would do. He acknowledged the damage, he acknowledged the loss, but he made one thing very clear. This story is not over. He promised that he would return stronger, and that a rematch between them was inevitable. Now here's where Gaethje enters the picture again, because in the weeks following that fight, the new lightweight champion has had plenty to say, and it's not what you might expect from a man who just won the biggest fight of his career. Gaethje didn't gloat. He didn't trash talk. Instead, he sent a message that surprised a lot of fans. He said he hopes nothing but the best for Topuria going forward. He praised his skill, calling him one of the most talented fighters in the entire division, someone capable of beating literally anyone else on the roster. He even admitted something personal, saying he wishes he had some of Topuria's specific talents, like the way he throws his body shots. Coming from a man who just won a UFC title, that's a rare level of respect. But respect doesn't mean charity. Gaethje also made it clear that an immediate rematch is not something Topuria has earned yet. He pointed out that Topuria ended up needing hospital care after their fight, and reminded everyone that he was the one who made his opponent quit, not once, but effectively across the fight, and again afterward when talking about the finish. In Gaethje's mind, titles and rematches are earned through the rankings, not handed out because of history or hype. He's already looking ahead, saying he plans to keep fighting and defending his title into the next year, rather than immediately circling back to run it a second time with Topuria. So you have a champion who respects his rival deeply, who genuinely wants to see him succeed and heal, but who is also not willing to simply hand him another shot at the belt without him climbing back up first. It's a strange mix of admiration and business, respect wrapped around ambition. And then, just when everyone thought this story had gone quiet for a bit, something else happened that reignited the entire conversation. A photo surfaced. For weeks after that brutal fight, nobody had really seen Topuria in public. Fans were left wondering how bad the damage truly was, how long recovery might take, whether the swelling and the broken bones would leave any lasting mark. Then, suddenly, a picture started circulating everywhere. The first photo of Topuria since that night on the lawn. Fans zoomed in immediately, searching his face for any sign of the war he'd just been through. And what they found surprised almost everyone. He looked remarkably fine. The swelling was gone. His face looked clean, almost like nothing had happened at all. People online were stunned at how quickly he seemed to bounce back from an injury that had looked so severe just weeks earlier that it required a hospital visit. That photo spread fast, sparking conversations everywhere about how resilient the human body can be and how quickly a fighter can heal when the will to return is strong enough. Combine that photo with Topuria's own promise of revenge and Gaethje's public praise mixed with his refusal to simply hand over an easy rematch, and you've got one of the most compelling storylines heading into the rest of the year. A former unbeaten champion desperate to reclaim what he lost. A new champion who respects him but refuses to be rushed. And somewhere in the background, Two old legends, Cormier and Jones, still trading verbal blows over a wrestling match that may never actually happen. Three different stories, three different generations of fighters, all colliding at the exact same moment in time. One built on old wounds that never fully healed. One built on fresh damage and the promise of revenge. And one captured in a single photograph that told fans everything they needed to know without a single word being spoken. This sport never really slows down, does it? Even when the cage is empty, the drama never stops writing itself. And if these three stories are any indication, we are nowhere near the end of any of them.